All right, we're on Ask Me Anything number 8 already. I feel like I've been doing them in quick succession lately because there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and the reason I do them is so that you all gain some confidence in me, and also if anyone has questions, I'm able to answer them as they come up, so that you don't have to sit around and wait for someone to answer you in the chat. You have me right here, able to answer it every single night that I do them. So Ask Me Anything number 8, and the YouTube video is going to look a little cleaner, I hope. We had a member of the community that does a little bit of designing on the side. I've had a couple people reach out, but I really like this one. It's pretty mild. Maybe you guys won't care at all, but to me, that stuff, I love it. So anything to make us look more professional, I'm all for. So really excited to upload that. So welcome. Obviously, everybody saw Top Gun's message. He just wanted to get a little extra Ask Me Anything audience today. It looks like we're about normal, which is fine. One of you, 52 people are about to win 500 snow. So either way, somebody's walking away with some extra money, and I like giving back. So the amount of giveaways we do, I could even increase them more. I'm not a greedy person. I want everybody to feel like they have a chance at the giveaways, and I want people that deserve or that have been here, small bag, big bag, to feel like they're important. So that's why I do them. A lot to talk about today. A lot of announcements. A lot of things happening. I hope a lot of people have questions, more so than normal. So I'll get into kind of a breakdown of the announcements. But first, I want to say that I'll be reaching out to Yield Wolf and D-Bank. I've been really busy. Obviously, you guys have seen since I took over. So I haven't been able to reach out to Yield Wolf. Obviously, snow bonds cannot be added to Yield Wolf, to my knowledge, because then they would just constantly be buying snow bonds. I'll have to check, which would be really cool. But I'm not sure with their current platform that they're able to do snow bond compounding. So we'll see. But I'll try and request the new farms that were just added, and then any of the rewards, just going to take a little bit to reflect. They pull from the same farms. It's not like they're adding new farms on top of our farms. They're the same farms, so it's not a big deal for them to show the new allocation. And that's what we did. We changed the allocation up, and I'm going to go to the announcements and just kind of read off of it so that you guys kind of understand my thinking on doing it. So I prioritized mainly Fox Joe because we need a successful layer 2 continuing to run, to get all those people that like being in boardroom and printing out and that dynamic. So layer 1 is going to be ending soon with emission wise, not boardroom wise, but snow shares will be a static number. So I wanted to have a successful tune fork still running in our ecosystem, and that's going to be layer 2. So that is why you're seeing Fox and Joe on Arctic Fox the highest priority. Snow Fox, I think, is really beneficial to both peg tokens. You can put it in there, put it in Yield Wolf, gain APR, and also add buy pressure constantly to both peg tokens. So that's why you see it at second highest. Fox Share Joe and Snow Share Joe coming in just under that. The reason we added Snow Share Joe is because I own a lot of the liquidity, or the Treasury owns a lot of the liquidity of Snow Joe, so we didn't have to stress so much about that, but I own much less liquidity for the Snow Share Joe, and for that to be traded, we still needed to make sure it was important for people to be able to farm it and incentivize people LPing the Snow Share Joe. So that's why you see those two there. Single stake Snow, of course, we're still in a fight for peg. We're doing amazing right now. We're at 36 cents. So obviously we've had some really big upswings today, which I'm excited for. It means that everything that we're doing is great. Fox Share, Snow Share, the reason it's lower prioritized is because we already have Snow Share Joe, Fox Share Joe. Those are obviously more beneficial than Fox Share, Snow Share. So you have a home for everything. So we put that at 8%. I didn't want to remove it outright. It didn't feel right for people that were still farming it. And then Snow Bond, for all my bonders, we've put at, we gave an 8% allocation to. So all of these things in my head when I was speaking with the dev that was helping me out was the most beneficial move to keep layer 2 healthy and also benefit anybody that still held layer 1 tokens. And I think it reflects really well. I think everybody's excited about it. Obviously, I've had some people say a couple of different suggestions. But for the most part, I think it worked out really well. So let me make sure that okay. So nobody's got any questions right now. So I'll kind of talk you through what happened last night. Last night I got into a call with the guy's name is LB. He is the main dev and the founder of Great Finance. And that's who I've been speaking with, and that's who's been helping me with all the development side of things right now. We were looking through all the code to verify ownership, and he was letting me know that it's hard coded that these emissions end to tomorrow, the 22nd, 6 a.m. UTC. So whenever he said that, obviously it was kind of jarring because I thought that, from my understanding, the emissions had been increased or decreased so that we had some longevity left and we were going to end in the first week of April. That's not the case. The emissions are ending now. So we had to kind of pivot. Our first thoughts were, obviously, I bullet pointed everything that we thought about, and why I picked the option I did is because nothing else was going to really work without burning some other people. And I think the avenue that we took burned no one and still held true to my word of saying, hey, layer one's still going to be prioritized. Or not prioritized, but also just as healthy in the project as the layer 2 tokens. So I hope everybody feels that. That's really what I wanted, and I think that was the best option for us. Also, you'll note that if you didn't read the huge thing, I made a TLDR. Miniverse is going to front us, I think it's going to be about $5 or $6 grand to get this audit. So we're going to go ahead and do the audit with Oxguard, who's much more affordable. They've already reached out to me, so we'll start getting the audit just for a little safety net, since I didn't make the contracts and neither did Grape. It helps everybody out in the partnership to feel confident in the contracts that we do have. I don't think there's anything malicious in them, but it's always good to know, especially if there's like a security flaw or something. It makes everybody feel a little bit safer. So we have that coming. Along with that, we are going to start doing buybacks with what we have with the Treasury. I haven't done any so far. But I did have around 22,000 snow shares, and I felt like it was a good time to start burning some of these snow shares because I think the upward momentum is going to start, I hope, and it looks like it's true. And so the amount that I can burn here is really essential for when we get back up to peg and start reprinting snow. So it's good for price movement. It's good all around, and I also wanted to give you all a little inclination that you can trust me that I'm gonna be moving this stuff and burning it. The Treasury is obviously visible, but to me, burning stuff, one is really good for the protocol, and two, we have to do it. We have to remove some of this circulating supply. So we have that going for us. And I did exactly like I said, layer 1 tokens to the farm for the layer 2s. Snow will become cross-chain and the main coin for all new partnership pools. What do I mean by that? So what I'm going to be doing is, I already did it through multi-chain. It's already applied for. Snow will be cross-chain. It'll be used on Phantom. And for any future partnerships that we may do through Grape or through anyone else, any kind of partnership pools with Snow, if they're on Phantom, so what? We now have Snow on, and I'll have to add some liquidity to it. But Snow is going to be able to use on these projects farms, whether it be through if we have a Genesis pool open with a partner that's KYC'd and safe, we could say, hey, look, move your Snow over to Phantom and start farming with it. Adding all these benefits to Snow and Snow Share, and mainly it's going to be Snow, and I'll explain why that is because if we prioritize Snow Shares is static. It won't be inflated anymore. Snow will be. So I have to give maximized utility to it because if Snow goes up, Snow Shares will automatically follow. It's low liquidity, and it's the only way that you can get new Snow. So it doesn't matter what we do with Snow Shares. Of course, I'm going to be looking for a way to decrease the supply, but we already have a very minimal supply, so nobody should really stress about that. The main focus is going to be all new partnerships are going to be using that Snow token because, again, we still have emissions going on with Layer 2 for quite some time. So we can just run that like a normal fork, and everybody that held through with Snow and Snow Shares, you're going to get maximized utility for it. And that's kind of a thank you for holding through this transition that we've just went through. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. Let's see. So those are the hot points that I really want to speak about. Understand that Beefy will come soon. We will have some partnership marketing. They have a great marketing team over at Grape, and that whole ecosystem can do well for us. We're able to, pay for videos in quick succession with each other. Like Grape gets a video, we get a video from the same influencer, to get some new eyes on. Of course, if you were keeping up in the chat, I did just do a huge interview with Dow King, face reveal, doxed. I hope I represented the community well. That should be coming out very shortly. He's going to come post it in the chat. I'm sure most of you all are already hounding his YouTube page looking for it. So I hope that comes out very soon. And, that's going to bring some new investors. Now, you need to understand most of those investors are going to be swinging, but it's still beneficial for us to have volume, to have eyes on, because some of those people will inevitably stay invested when they see this is a good project, it's a good community. Just like some of you maybe just been swinging this and now you're here. So it's really good. And I'm really excited. I think I represented the community well. And it wasn't just Dow King, actually. It was EAM Crypto as well. He had done a video for us previous, and he was also asking me questions. So it was both of them kind of tag teaming and asking me questions back and forth. And we were there for about 45 minutes of me just answering everything they asked. Again, I never take, I'll take any difficult question they have, because if I don't know it, then I'll learn it. And that's the approach I took. So they asked some good questions, and I feel like anybody that is looking to be a serious investor would be attracted by the things that I said. So I have full faith that we come out stronger from the Dow King video. Everybody wants the pump. I understand it, but we need to also look that we have been pumped heavy today. Since my announcement of the new pools and the layer 1 ending, we're up 167% on snow shares and 63% on snow. As I'm speaking, more people are throwing into snow shares. So, really, really big win today. And that was the reason that I worked so hard to get some real swift stuff done with Grape and the team and the developers, is that I wanted this stuff in place to show you all, hey, I took over. Yes, I'm not a developer at heart, but I know exactly the right people to talk to, and your investment is super safe here. And I hope I've done that. We have a lot more coming with the Grape team. We have a lot more coming for Snowy individually. I'll be monitoring the farms. Again, like I said, if Fox becomes an issue, then I will put single stake in. It's not a big deal. The reason I didn't is because we're very early in emissions. We already reduced emissions for that, so the inflation is much less now. And it was already really healthy. People need to understand that these tokens are supposed to go above and below peg consistently, and that's just normal. So it's nothing that anybody needs to stress about. I know a lot of high emission protocols put it in there to try and bounce off the peg, and a lot of times it works. But it also brings in a lot of bad actors that just don't want to do any kind of LP for the protocol. So it's a double-edged sword, and I don't think we're ready for it. So I hope you all understand that, and that I will add it if it's needed. What else do we have? Some UI fixes are going to come up. We're going to be adding a raffle system and a strategy page. That will come soon. It'll be very similar to Grapes, as we will be using some of that stuff. And, I'm working with the graphic artist over there, Space Games Dave, who may come up here in just a second. He is going to be helping me out with the strategy page. And then the raffle, of course, is mainly for community hype, to get everybody involved, to have something to look forward to, just not communicating in chat, but also winning things and feeling involved. So I think those would be really well received from you all, I hope. And then we also have the quizzes coming that Anna has so graciously developed for us, that are extensive, but they're good for educating anybody coming in that needs that benefit of winning something to kind of educate themselves. So a lot of things going for us in such a short amount of time, and I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are too. So anybody have any questions in general chat, whatever it is, I'll try and think of some other stuff because I don't want to end it early. No, Snow Shares is not going cross-chain. I saw someone ask that. Not at this time. Let's see. Yeah, one of the people from from Grape's team is in with Beefy and help them get listed with Grape. So he thinks he can definitely give us the same thing and get us a snow pool or whatever we request. Let's see. Yeah, Dave, if you want to hop in just anytime, you can come up here. It's a lot of times just me talking and rambling. Hey, what's up, man?
Hello.
Hey, so let me just I'll make a brief thing. Dave is part of the core team over at Grape. We've spoken privately and did a video chat for about an hour and got to know each other. And I think we have a lot of similarities, so I'm pretty excited because he's very passionate about this space as well. And we made a lot of similar mistakes in investing in DeFi in our early days. But I'll let you introduce yourself, man.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm Dave. I'm helping out over here, and I've been on the Grape Core team for a little while now. I developed their strategy charts, and I do a lot of community support over there. And you've probably seen me in chat today. I've been bouncing around. I've been a designer for about 10 years in like a full-time setting, and I got into sort of crypto designing probably a few months ago, and it's just kind of really accelerated. And I'm just happy to be part of the ride, and hopefully we can build this thing out into something really great.
How do you feel about the recent price action, Dave?
I feel great. I mean,
it's awesome.
Like all this stuff that we're talking about, like we haven't even done it yet, so it's just like great to see everyone in the community super just like hyped up about it and loading up on shares while they're cheap.
Yeah, and they were disgustingly cheap. I think we got down to I think somebody said they had an entry at $2.45, which I understand why it got that low, and I'm just happy that we have some revival and some excitement in the chat. I see somebody saying win snow shares to 600. It's good to keep high hopes, but let's just be happy with our 176% day and see where it takes us. But Dave, thank you so much for coming up. And again, if you guys have any questions, like he said, he did community support. He understands the project and Snowy's vision, and he's done the same thing for Grape. So he's a very special addition to the team that's going to be able to communicate any kind of questions that you have. So I'm happy to have him on board.
Yep. And I'll hop off now, but I'll be here for the good days, the bad days, and the nothing days. So
awesome! It's great to have someone else, man.
Look forward to meeting you all.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Let's see. We can for sure hit $120 again. I hope that would be great. We don't have a lot of supply and we have low liquidity, so I was really hoping some people would come up and talk. I guess we got some shy people, and that's fine. Awesome. Abdel, come on up, man.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Good.
How are you?
I feel well with the price action today. So
yeah, it's
Green Day.
It's nice, man. I think the last time you came up here, you were advocating for single stake snow and that the APR shouldn't be increased anyway. And we're in a much better place now, so.
Okay, so my question is a bit technical, but I want to understand because we won't have any more Snow Joe farm. And you said that more than half of the liquidity is owned by the project, so it's good.
Yes.
But will it be enough? Because I guess that if we want to reach PEG, we're going to need a lot of swaps and transactions. So
sure.
People are leaving LP. This specific LP, the Snow Joe, would it be an issue because the price is gonna fluctuate a lot more, no?
Sure. I mean, but the goal is to lower LP so that it's easier to hit peg. So yeah, I mean, it may become an issue if we just go to the moon. But I think that for what we're trying to do, we're going to be okay. And again, once we hit that peg, I've already spoken with LB from over at Grape, and we're going to be able to put that Snow Joe and flip it once we get peg, so that it's not just about having the two options. It's going to be like a switch. So it's we're over peg at a comfortable amount. Well, you can't be a bad actor and stay in single stake. You have to commit. And so it's going to be a little bit of a tightrope act, but I think that one, yes, the LP will be fine for what we're trying to do, and two, we have ways to get people to LP back for it. When it becomes that time.
Okay, so we're gonna slip back to LP. I mean, not us, but the project, because we won't have the possibility to do the LP anymore.
Yeah, you could still LP. You just won't be able to farm with it. So if you have
Okay.
LP and you just don't want to farm with it, that's fine if you want to benefit the project. But we won't be giving you rewards in Fox shares for it until we're over peg.
Okay, got it. That was my question. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man.
See ya.
See ya. So I mean, yeah, I think that it's awesome to have 78 people in here. It's awesome to see the chat. So excited. We're not through the roughest days yet, and I just want to say that I appreciate all of the hard work the community's been doing to educate new members and to keep everybody level-headed. And apparently, my brother wants to come up and crash the Ask Me Anything. So come on up, man.
It did give me a thing where I could.
Yeah, you're a mod. That's what happens. It's okay though. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey guys, Top Gun Patch. I'm Austin, Lame Hillbilly's brother.
My name's Austin. People know it. It's Doc's son.
Okay, I can't get used to calling you that. I'm sorry. I'm Austin's brother. I had a question from Spanky. He wanted to know if snow will be used to purchase raffle tickets, and will they be burned?
So of course the raffle will burn a small amount, but the main majority of what a raffle system is just for community fun and engagement. But of course some will. So I haven't determined yet if we're going to do both snow and snow share, but the raffle system allows for both. It's really easy. It's simple. It just lets you interact with the contract real quick where you send your snow or snow share, and then we pick you by the end of the week. So it's not really a straight up burn mechanism. It is just something that burns and is also beneficial for community engagement. So yeah, of course, we're going to be using snow and snow share as we see fit. But, we'll try it with both, and whichever you all think's more successful, then we'll do. But I think people are going to be more prone to wanting to do snow raffles rather than snow share, just because who wants to get rid of an asset that will, go up in price and also be deflationary. So we'll see what happens. But good question. You see any more in there?
Yeah, Zephram asked, like his IRL blood bro. Yes, we have the same mother and father. I'll answer that one.
Yeah, we are actual brothers.
That's a fact.
My brother had not been in DeFi before and had been taking my recommendations.
It was quite scary at first.
For about a month, and he wanted to get deeper into DeFi. So he's been integrated with the community and been watching how I kind of navigate the space. And of course, I trust him deeply because he's my real life brother and I can see him face to face. So I wanted somebody that was in the chat, times that I wasn't here. So that is why he is getting the special benefit of being one of the mods. So
I'm also on the complete opposite schedule of you, but I've got two more questions.
Yeah.
Dunder Mifflinfinity, great name, asked, "Oh yeah, what's up with rebates?"
So rebating should have been done when Fox was early on. The reason that we can't do rebates in the same extent that we wanted to is because when I told the dev we should be doing rebates, that was the time that he was kind of in and out. So he was unable to put it when it would have been most beneficial to do the snow share burns like we originally intended. But I have new methods that we're coming up with. But rebates can't be done when we're right at peg. So if Fox goes up and we want to, if we're setting at $2 or $3, then I'm going to start looking at rebates as a feature. But we're not there yet, and we have to get a bigger TVL. But once the TVL does hit and people are buying Fox, I think it actually will go up to higher levels. So it's not something that's off the table, but that's the reason you're not seeing it implemented at this time.
All right, we got another one. Felix Ismawa asked, "Can Hillbilly give the history of the project, how he got involved in it, etc., how you found the dev, etc., etc.?"
Sure. I briefly talked about it in the Dow King video, which you guys are going to see very soon, because they asked a similar question, but of course I'll answer it here as well. I became a mod. I think Redacted was just in here, but he may have just exited. So I had been in here from day 2 of Snowy, and I got in, and I really liked the project. I thought the UI was really clean. The dev was, very active at the time. There was tons of FUD, and I knew it was. I think like even I had spoken about it before. Some people were just obviously, and some of them were self-admitted still here that FUD it when this first came out. They were putting out hot swap wallets from like Binance and saying that the dev was minting and doing the normal FUD that you see in most things, and obviously knew it was false. And I had a stake in it, so I didn't want that to go downhill. So of course I just defended it, and I stayed positive in chat. And I started getting my early days of like navigating how I wanted to be perceived in the space and how to communicate with other people and get that community strength and collective investing that I thought was important. And eventually Redacted reached out and said, do you want to mod? And I said, sure. And I'll be honest, there wasn't a lot of communication even past that with other mods. They weren't as active as me, and I was putting in a lot of hours, which you all see and appreciate. And I was constantly, relentlessly taking community suggestions and sending them over to the dev. And so from the start of the project, even marketing and stuff like that, all of that was pushed by me. The 3 videos we even had, and all the connections that with Beefy were me, and not knowing anything about the space, I just learned it as fast as possible. And that's kind of how the project developed. Again, I just don't think the dev had as much time as he had thought he was going to have. Or just didn't care. So it was just me kind of carrying the ship of all these people and not exactly knowing 100% how to do it, but learning along the way. So it's been very interesting, and hopefully that explains the question. You got any more?
Yeah, we got 2 more. Dunder Mifflinfinity again. Great name. Felix is my wife, said thank you. But Dunder asked if we can get some more clarification on Polar Bear. I know we've talked about it a couple of times, but maybe one last time for anybody that's in Polar that has joined.
Yeah, so a lot of similar questions to the things that I just answered with Dow King, but it's good to get it recorded on Snowy as well. So I don't know everything that happened with Polar. The partnership was, unbeknownst to me, it was not discussed with any of the mod team. It was something the dev did. They look very identical. Did the dev do it? I don't know. I have no idea. And I didn't ask him because I just needed to keep Snowy alive. And that was my main goal. And so I put my blood, sweat, and tears in this community, not Polar's. And the partnership was not known to me, so I had to cut ties with that because I didn't think it was healthy for the look. I didn't think it was healthy for the project. To maybe hope that I would take it over, because a lot of that community was like reaching out saying, hey, can you do something for Polar? And as much as my heart goes out to anybody that lost money there, I had a lot on my plate, taking over the first Tomb Fork with emissions ending, not being a developer, trying to make my way in the space to make sure that every one of you all benefited from holding. I had to cut ties with them. So I don't know everything about Polar. I know that it was a very similar project to us, 30-day emissions. I got in early on it just as like a degen investor on my side. And, I got out of it because I didn't know anything about it. And then that was before the partnership was even announced. I was long gone from it. Honestly, I think that we were in a similar boat with high emissions. We also could have failed in similar degrees. And the reason we didn't is because we had a community that I was trying to develop and pushing for these marketing, and there was nobody in the mod team that even cared. I'd reached out to them several times to come up to my Ask Me Anythings, and nobody really took it up. So it's unfortunate, but I think we're making stronger ties with the right people. The space that I want to go into is that I mess with people that are doxxed, people with real weight in the in the Tomb Fork space that we can trust, and things that actually benefit you as holders. So that's kind of how I'm taking new partnerships. I'm not just throwing stuff to the wind and hope it sticks. Before I take this next guy up, do you have any other questions?
There's a couple, but if they want to come up and speak, I'll mute real quick. I got them saved.
Yeah, just write them down. All right, Photo, come on up. The man that left and is back again. We're happy to have you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, just a little bit. You're kind of low. Let me see if I can turn you up. All right, try it again.
I'm in my car.
It is some pretty botched audio. Hopefully, maybe it gets better here.
Okay, so I just wanted to say good work. I'm back. Didn't want to leave, had to, but I'm back now. So I just hope everything goes well. I wish you all the best, and I'm here to help. Whatever needs to be done, let's do it.
Perfect, man. I really appreciate you coming up, and we communicated a lot, and I know you wouldn't have left if you didn't have to. So I hope that everything that you needed to get done got done. So glad you're back.
Yep. Yeah. Wondering, did you look into that other protocol I sent you to see what they were doing, just to get an idea, or did you run that by some devs?
I did, and it was something that we talked about with the layer 2 layer 1 merge. It was discussed, and it was just that the way we did it was better at the time, just to make it easier on everybody. But it was something that we discussed for sure.
Oh, cool. Okay.
All right, man. I really appreciate you coming up.
Take it easy, man. Bye.
All right, give me some more questions.
All right. Crypto Gamer asks, can we get Fox listed on Yield Wolf?
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about that. I will. We are still not on DBank. We're not on CoinGecko, and we're not on CoinMarketCap. And I apologize. I just had so much blow up right there at the beginning that I thought that getting this protocol working with layer 2, layer 1 was more essential at the time than having that visibility. But I promise you all, I will start working on all of the listings, the Yield Wolf. And Yield Wolf is listed for Arctic Fox. So we will start working on getting all of the proper listings, DBank, everything. I promise you, I have some time to breathe now. I worked really hard to get all of the things done that I've gotten done the last 2 days. But I can put my foot off the gas a little bit and start focusing on some of the minor details that I think are just as important. You got anything else, or can I bring this guy up?
Go ahead. I've got them wrote down.
Okay. GDB. What's going on, man?
Yo, guys, how's it going?
How's it going, man?
It's nice to see two brothers on the project. I bet that's such a fun thing to do. I'm just saying, it's cool. Right, well, I was gonna say something. Yeah. So what's the general length of like a project like this? So I'm pretty sure the longest one I know of might be, is it Unite, I believe.
Are you talking about
I just want to know what the general. Yeah, Toon Fox. Yeah, my bad.
So
Fox.
there's none that have ended their
yeah.
emissions. That's for sure. There's none that's ended their emissions like Layer 1 did. And to the future, I have a lot of lengthy discussions to have before I'm ready to speak on it. But just know that it won't be just like Toon Fork oriented once Layer 2 ends. We're gonna have. I don't know how much I can speak on. So there is a lot in play for the longevity of all 4 of our tokens. I just know that, and I don't know what the normal life is of a Toon Fork, but I know that we're looking for longevity for everybody. I see these as like the intro to getting your tickets and playing the game and making some money while you do it, and then hopefully afterwards, when it's all said and done, the BRs are still printing, and you're gonna have a lot more lucrative things to do with your Fox, and your Snow. So that's how I see it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's amazing. I just wanted to because it's still quite new to me, Toon Fox still, and for probably some other people in here, just can you break down what will happen after emissions is done, after there's no circulating whatever? Just can you break it down what the goal is after that?
Yeah, so emissions gets thrown around a lot and a lot of other words that kind of confuse people. Even myself, so no harm in that. So what's happened with Layer 1 is that the farm emissions, which farm out the share token are done. They're hard coded and they are now done, which means the farms will no longer offer any kind of APR because they have nothing in the reward pools to do it. However, the boardroom of Layer 1 will continue to print and always print in any Tomb Fork, no matter the farms, because it prints out snow. So that will always print as long as snow is above and that TWAP is over 1.01 by the time Epoch hits. So the same thing would occur after 60 days of Fox share emissions. The boardrooms will never quit inflating. The bonds will never stop coming in. Obviously, by the time that Fox share gets there, I think that we're going to be able to pivot in a lot of different dynamic directions. But does that kind of answer what you were asking, or is there something more specific that I didn't touch on?
No, that's cool. I just
I know it's confusing, man. It confuses me
struggle,
too.
Yeah, I struggle to understand stuff that like I said, I'll get it eventually, but it's
just think of it as like two moving parts in each Tomb Fork. You have the boardroom, and then you have the farms. The boardroom prints out the peg token like snow, and then your farms print out the share token, and those are the rewards there. So once emissions end, that word right there is speaking about there's no more share tokens available in the rewards to give out to anyone using that LP for farms. So you will no longer be able to do that. And that's what it means. It's just two moving parts, and one of those parts stops moving, but the other part keeps moving just like normal.
Yeah. Right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm going to go ahead and bring Wumpus on. And then we can get some questions answered. Hey, what's going on,
how you
Wumpus?
doing again? Not much. Just noticing on Yield Wolf that on the top banner they have a masonry boardroom section, and they've got like some tomb and repay and I don't know, like a couple other things. Do you know what the is that just an auto compounding single staker sort of thing, or is it something that's interesting
I'm
for
almost
us?
positive that is taking out BR rewards, selling them for more shares, and putting and compounding like that. And I think that's very dangerous, in my opinion. So
Okay.
it's not something that I would personally look for. I'm pretty sure that's what you're talking about, because masonry
Yep.
for Tomb Forks is boardroom. So I'm not interested in doing that because I love our peg tokens too much to constantly sacrifice automatically. I think it's dangerous.
Right. Okay. Yeah, cool. I just noticed that and was wondering about it. So
Yeah. Any other questions?
no, I'm good.
All right, man.
Yeah, right on. Good job. Thanks.
Thanks. All right, Master Theo, come on up. 1 second. Just make sure you keep writing them down. All right, Master, what do you got?
Hey guys,
Hey, what's
can
going
you hear
on?
me? Yeah.
Yep, I got you.
Yeah, cool. I've been holding on to snow for like a while now. It's been a really good experience. First Tomb Fork. I'd like to say you're doing a really good job, man.
Thank you.
And I think, like, I don't know what I've missed. Like, it just come in and like snow is like double what it was like a few hours ago. So I don't know if like you're hosting daily AMAs right now, and maybe that helps like keep the community more together. That's one thing. And the other thing is like a stupid question, maybe because I'm complete noob to Tomb Forks. But could there be a mechanism whereby the protocol just keeps the token on peg?
I mean, it has to be done manually. I mean, there's people that tout that they have these like I'll speak on Jade, said that they have these auto buyback features would be the only thing I could think of. But that's not a Tomb Fork, that's a DAO that's trying to increase the price constantly. I think the only thing that you can really do is do buybacks, but if the sentiment's not there, the utility's not there, your treasury is going to go to zero because people are just trying to exit because they know a mark that they can hit, and Willis will just hit it, and they'll use the protocol against itself. So I'm sure there probably is somebody developing something like that, but at the end of the day, I think our first and foremost is to make sure that everyone feels confident holding snow rather than having to have the protocol work to try and keep it to peg.
Yeah, sure. And it would be good to have a mix of two in the future, I guess. Thanks
Sure.
very much, man.
Yeah, no problem,
Keep
man.
doing a good job.
All right, man. All right, brother. Hit me with them. Dylan?
Sorry, I was saving the pictures of all the 90 people in here. Quick note: if you are in here and you're listening, and you did not go and like the post in the giveaway tab, go like it. We've got looks like a little under 70 likes on that, and there's 90 people in here now. So go like it real quick.
We got 10 more people to hit my goal, man. I hope we get 100. I'll just keep talking until everybody invites their friends.
We get 10 more people. I've got kind of the same question twice. DH Winner asks, "Fuck, I just logged in, was busy at work. What did I miss?" And Master Theo asked, "Hey Owls, what the fuck is happening?" You wanna get those for one real quick?
Well, I know that
Announced.
I know that there's a lot happening. I know that everybody's excited about the greens, but please be cautious. Some could be swing traders for Dow. Don't get discouraged if we hit another downtrend. We've made tremendous ground. We're almost at 40 cents for the first time since the 17th. The 17th was the last time we've touched these prices. So, that's been almost 4 days of everybody withstanding this. So, awesome job. Again, I'm sure some of it is people that, may not want to be here permanently, but I guarantee that some of them will stick around. And if we keep on the auto compounder, hopefully that these uptrends keep happening. But just understand 211% on SnowShare, 70% on Snow. It can't last like that forever, and we do have to have some red. The steam does have to blow out for us to continue. So I think that this uptrend hopefully continues. So that's what the fuck's going on in my eyes.
All right. Spanky asked, "Is there still going to be a lockup single stake snow pool for extra APR percentage?"
I love it. And just know that I'm overwhelmed. Well, he probably isn't overwhelmed, but I've asked a lot out of the dev to help out, especially with the UI, the raffles, lotteries, teaching me these contracts so that I'm able to adjust things without any supervision and learning along the way. So I've asked a lot in the last 2 days. I want things to settle down, see where we're at. But yes, of course, we talked about it, the lockup periods, and I think it'll be a cool feature to implement, especially for snow, and then possibly, find new rewards to be able to give you. So, definitely something that we're going to look at to add. I think it'll be really cool to see a lockup feature if it's implemented correctly. So, yeah, it's being talked about.
Excellent. View Source asked right after that, "When SnowShare back to 200?"
Win. Win. Win next Dow King video, because I only have this one now, so there's got to be another one coming soon.
One's
Yeah, so I'm really happy with the position we're in. I'm really happy that I was able to get so much done. And I really hope that SnowShares start reflecting the accurate price that it should be, especially if it becomes deflationary for all the holders. I hope that you're also trying to benefit everyone else by playing the game and spreading out your LP and not just holding a coin that does nothing when you could potentially just be farming the same gain you would have had. But I can't control your wallets, and it's your money. So I hope everybody makes money in this, I really do, and that's what I try and do is make sure everybody has a way to win something. So I hope SnowShare's 200.
When SnowShare 200. Real quick, Chuck Billy asked, "So if rebates aren't happening, what are the other methods to make SnowShares deflationary?" And I think we have a hand up, so I've got all these questions wrote down. So
sure, I'll answer that. So with the node investments that we're looking at with Grape, I can't speak much more on it because it's not mine. But I do want to say that there is deflationary aspects that go along with it. So just give me time to develop something that's worth speaking about before I give out the entire playbook. But trust that even if SnowShares aren't deflationary, you only have 45,000 in circulation. So of course it'd be great to have them deflationary, but we still have to have some to stick into the boardroom. So not being deflationary, but also still not being inflationary, I think we should all be very happy with the position that we're in with SnowShare. So that's my answer to that. And I'll bring Zany up. Zany, what's up, man?
Hear me?
Yep.
All right. First thing, I just gotta say, it's been a good job rallying. Certainly sentiment has been pretty well, given the circumstance. But I just wanted to ask if you've discussed and weighed the option of potentially offering a reward for staking bonds.
Yeah, we have that.
Oh, we do.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's in the farm page. It's in the announcement. You get it's one of the lowest allocations, but you'll get Fox shares for staking it on the Arctic Fox farm page right now.
Gotcha. Okay, did not realize that. Good to know.
Well, you better get them in there, man.
Exactly. Is it bond staking for Snow and Fox, or just one?
Just Snow. We haven't received any bonds for Fox yet, and I'm not prepared to add anything to it.
Gotcha. And then I know you said you couldn't speak too much regarding the Grape Finance partnership. Is there anything you can share?
Yeah, their core team has pretty much integrated with myself, and the mod team that I already had. We obviously needed to expand our team to make this a working Toon Fork. We had one dev that was highly inactive, one mod that was way too active. It was not a healthy relationship, and it could not continue. I want to develop and make way in the space, so we needed to be aggressive with what we did. And the great partnership, Dave, Eric, LB, all of them are very passionate, very intelligent people in this space. They've been able to counsel me, and they're going to offer a lot to us in terms of the things that we're going to be seeing in the future. And I think that was all we'll say until Eric's able to speak more on it.
Fair enough. I definitely agree with the points you made about them as individuals and as a team. It's good to hear. It's a good thing to see, and keep up the good work.
Yes, sir, I will.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Yep, you as well. All right, what you got?
Austin, you may notice a sharp decline in viewership. Don't know if you saw or not, but Dow King did just drop the video. Thought I'd say that in case you noticed or didn't notice.
Look at all the people spamming it. I told Dow to do it, but he said that somebody would catch him faster than he could post it. So that's great. There's a Dow King video. I haven't watched it. I'll watch it afterwards to make sure I didn't make a clown of myself, but I feel confident that I'm not that much of a clown. So if you need to hop out of the Ask Me Anything, Dylan, do you have any remaining questions? Otherwise, I'll let everybody celebrate the new video.
I got one statement and two more questions, I think.
Go ahead.
Tom Sonovich asked or just said that just want to say that I think it's amazing that we have reached the point of snow shares becoming deflationary. I was in 2-0 from early on, and it was always the goal. So congratulations to all on getting here. Super bullish on the future, and many thanks to Lame Hillbilly.
Thank you.
That was the one statement. Looks like Hazy's about to ask a question, but Spanky asked, he asked if we're from Mississippi. No, we're not from Mississippi. Do we sound Mississippian? Spanky asked, can we get some info on the implementations of NFTs? And I think that's a great question, if you're able to speak on any of that.
Nothing that I think that needs to be discussed right now because it's not my NFTs, and it's not my I don't think it's my position. So when Eric's ready to speak on it, then know that it'll be spoken about because he's as passionate and energetic as me. So when he is able to speak about it and give you all the rundown, I think that it would be much better from his mouth as he's the one that developed it. I will tell you though, Dave may say he's just a graphic artist, but this man made some really, really good ideas for implementations of a new bonding mechanism, and I don't think he's ready to share it, but he shared it with me, and extremely intelligent stuff, so I really hope that he's able to get off with that, and we could see it in the future. So it's not just Eric that's able to make plays in their team, it's everybody in their team. So a little bit about that. But anyway, next question.
Rocket asks, question, is the Snowshare Fox Share LP and Yield Wolf any use now that admissions have closed for Snowshare?
Yes. Foxshare, Snowshare never produced Snowshare. It always produced Foxshare as it was part of the new pools. So, yeah, it's still producing. It's on the lower end of allocations, but it is definitely still producing.
All right. Crypto Niece asks, is the circus still an option?
That's another thing is that I am, I'm in a position where I'm very close with a lot of people in the higher ups of the Tomb Forks. So just know that I have a close ear to most of those people. And if we still think we need assistance in the future with all of the news that we're putting out and we're still struggling, then of course, I'm not against getting help.
All right. Last one I've got. When is Fox Boardroom going to end? I don't know if somebody already asked this. I don't think that's actually been asked, so that's a good question.
Fox Boardroom and Snow Boardroom will never end as long as we're above peg. It will always run forever and infinity as long as the servers are still paid for.
All right. That is all the questions I saw in the chat. You guys have anything else to ask? No problem, Shane. Give them a second, see if they want to ask anything else.
Oh, I got Watson.
Did you happen to announce what? Oh, sorry.
You're good. Keep going.
No, let Watson speak. Mine.
Okay, go ahead, Watson.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, thanks for my question again. I mean, AMA 7 now. I think I hopped in one of the early ones. It's been a long ride, and congrats to being part of the dev team as being such a great community member. So my quick question is about Dow King and other influencers. I mean, how do you see them as a benefit to the protocol? Only because I watch their wallets closely, and if they're invested in it, sometimes they're in it for a quick buck. So I guess, how do you feel after interviewing with him?
Like I said, I've spoken with Dow King on a personal level outside of any kind of project speak. I like Dow King a lot. I think he's a genuine guy. I think that if he buys in early and sells whenever he wants, it's a free market. I don't mind that stuff. I think he also still believes in the protocol, and that's why he's still invested in it. And any of the other ones that if he buys and sells, maybe he has a good reason for it, and it's not my position to say. I don't know that he does that or doesn't do it. I'm just saying it's not a big deal to me. This is an open, free market, and it's DeFi, and it's made for anybody to, make money the way they want. But there are also influencers that I don't think give any benefit to projects and just do it for a paycheck. And Dow King is not one of those people. But there are other ones that we've paid and got videos from that are like that. So. Influencers can really help a project, but again, I'm very restrictive with my marketing at this point because I don't like a lot of the space, the YouTube scene with marketing, because I don't think a lot of them care. And, you can't get real collective investors from people that aren't presenting the information correctly. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, awesome. Great. All right. Great news. Thank you again.
Man. Yeah, no problem. All right.
I was just going to tell him if you had told anybody what Wednesday was.
Oh, no.
You even know what Wednesday is? I know you're fucking busy.
Yeah, I do, but I don't know if it's here that we need to speak about it.
Gotcha. All right.
Go ahead. So I'll go ahead and end it here so that we can all watch the Dow King interview. You guys can give me thoughts and feelings on it. Hopefully I, represented everybody well. Again, this is Ask Me Anything number 8, and I'm going to keep doing them bi-weekly, maybe even possibly more with more news. I love doing it, and I appreciate everybody that joined in. If you've held through this long, enjoy your Green Day. Hopefully many more to come, and hopefully one of you all gets lucky enough to win this 500 snows. So I'm going to be sending it to Dylan's wallet, and he can send it out to whoever wins once you send him your wallet address. So thank you all for listening, and I hope you're enjoy and you join the next one. because I love doing them. So let's enjoy a Green Day, guys.
Go watch the video, and I will announce the winner of the AMA probably in 10 to 15 minutes.
All right, we'll end it there. See ya.